Hello everyone, this is Ranma Sharif and you are watching MoveDev Technologies, which stands for Mobile Development Technology. So let's welcome you to the new video tutorial of this Flutter series. In this series, on the current video, we are going to talk about how to use internet connection, how to hit third-party API from net and fetch the detail back in a Flutter. In an earlier video, you saw that how we put the spinner here. It will keep spinning till the data loads, and when the data loads it will redirect you to the next screen. That's what we have to do today in this video. So let's back to the code and see what we can do. So first we have to add the dependency that will let you to hit the application on server and get the detail back. So go to the official website of pub.dev. You can go and type in your Google search bar .pub.dev. This is I will put the screen, I will put this website link on a description of this video too, but for now you can understand this is a pub.dev, very short, pub.dev, pub.dev. Go here, click on http and search. Here you can see in the top here http. Open this. One thing I want to let you know that go to the channel for your understanding. Here you can say after the 12 they added the null safety, migrate to the null safety on the 13. So those tutorials who made before this day, before this comes in existence, 0.13.0 version of http, those are those are not null safe. So we remember, and if you are using this, that now that will make you some problem while implement it on a code. So we remember this. Go to the again, and here you can see how can we do this. Go to the installing option to let you know that how we can install it here in our application. Wait till it open, and here you can see you just need to copy this line http, copy it, go to your pub.yaml file, and here you can see dependency where you add the Flutter spin kit. Just below this you can add this dependency either in below and on the top. Just a minute. Yeah, so just copy and paste this line. The line, after some time when you do some code here, it will show you to get dependency option. You have to click on it, don't forget about it. So let's back to again and see how we can implement. Here's an example too. So the most beneficial or good thing I saw in a pub.dev file, after each dependency, each third party API will have an example that how we can implement on your code. That is the most important thing that I got. So I will not copy paste from here. I will just let you know that how we can code in application. Here you can see that get dependency option is visible for us. You just need to copy it, just need to click on it and wait. Here is some process going on. When it say process complete or with the exit code 0, that means you simply successfully implemented the dependency in application. So I'm not doing so. So I'm going to write a function here. So go to the here and write a function. Here you can set the process finished with exit code 0. That means you simply and successfully implement your application, that dependency into your application. So go back to the code, write a function. So what a function? It will return nothing. So we will declare the void, give a function name, hit server. Okay, sorry, that's a mistake. So what we have to do, we have to write a logic here. We have to call that server. For calling the server, we need to import a one package that mentioned in that description also. Here is a package that you need to put it here. Copy it here, paste it in an import file. If I not import it here like this, let's delete it and write it here at get. So that will either bring some time option that you need to need to import it, like here. Either it got implemented or if not, let's see, it's automatically imported here. Sometimes it happens, sometimes if it make problem, it will not come in here. You have to copy from that and import, put the import file into your application, into the class. So what we have to do, we have to pass the URI. For creating the URI, we have to do something like that. URI to pass, and now we get a string. So what will with our string server, where is the word API? Currently I'm just teaching you that how to call the server and get the result back. So we use a dummy data for this video only. Here you can say that there is a file, there is a fake JSON website. Here it is. I'm just open it. I will drop that link in a application description too, so that will make you understand the copy and paste, or just click on it and get redirected to this website. So what we have to do, here is a, and you can see here is our URL for dummy data, and it will be our dummy data. So we are going to call it here like this. So now we have a server that call, put the semicolons here. Now we have a URL to call. So what we have to do, now the things you have to understand for you, like I'm fetching this result as a response. You can declare it is while too. So okay, we can't go to the wall. There is a reason. We will explain. I will explain it later in this video. Don't worry about it. So keep it wall here. So the worst happen if you call the get method and pass that URL, it will hit a server and take some time return to the data. So if we write some code here, code 1, 2, 3. If we write some code here, so what it happen once it get called, it take usually let's assume that it will take a 2 minutes to execute. Let me explain it more later. Click on we have to run it. We have to click on run again, not on hot reload, because there are some changes in a code. So we need to call the hot. So what I'm trying to explain you that if this is behave as a normal function, so if the get, it will take some time to return back some data from the server, and at that till it not returns, this will keep printing one by one. So if we do something like that, if we write it as simple and normal function, so there is a huge time that that will take one, keep the controls go to the function last till the end, keep printing all these things, and the result means what's happening is that codes will not bring you exact result what you want. I'm sorry, I didn't call this function anymore anywhere, so that's the problem happens. Let's call it a build in a build function. So once this build function call, this function could also code and result will on your screen, display on your screen. So click on run again. and wait what the result will bring for us. So what my motive is to explain all this scenario is to understand if we have to wait here. Let's delete all these lines. We have to wait here until the request not complete and data not get back to the servers. Once it get back, then it return to the calling function about the whole your body and the results. So what we have to do, we have to put a await keyword here, await. But as I'm putting await, so it shows an error because we didn't declare it asyncs here, asyncs. So here it is. Now what it will do, once the get function get called, it will let the control stopped here until the result not get back to the server. So now what we can do a print and click on hot reload to see what it brings as a result. So here it is, you can see the result is now visible for you. Here it is, you can see correctly that once you get and result as a response is now, but this is a string, this is not a map. So if this is full as a string because we have body is converted in a string. So how can we put the result back and get this value with a key? We have to use a converter. What we have to do, I will let you take that PubDev website where we use, which we used before for implementing implementing the HTTP package from there. Here is a one more file that called a dart.convert. So import it here, and we need to use, here is example to that. You can take a look, JSON convert.json object to response body as there is example too. So I'm just copy and paste it here for making this video short. Hope you understand it. There is a response, change the right spelling that we did before, and you can see now JSON response have a converted into map, and you can get the string like let copy. So JSON response here, JSON response. Now we can get the details, get the result as a key. So what is a user ID? The key is our for user ID. So put it as a string user ID. Now we can get only the user ID here. Click on hot reload and wait until the result not appear in your screen. I'm pausing the video because I thought it takes some time. As you see, here is a exceptions come. That's why that's because user ID is an integer value, but try to declare it as a string. So we have to convert this string to the integer. We can do one more thing. We need to cast it as a string, convert it in a string, and keep it here. So I'm just doing that. That will make a simpler code and don't take much time. Click on hot reload. One more thing to remember: once you using a Chrome as a debug options, when you click on hot reload, you have to open your Chrome for a second. Once you do it, then you can result get here. Here you can see JSON response come as a 1. So that's how we deal, how we back the server back from the, how we call the server with the help of HTTP package in Flutter, how to get data backs, and when the data get back, how to convert it in a map. Because here in this line you can see this from the body is a string. This is how is your string. this is all your string. So what will happen, there is a chance once you want to, if let me open my notepad. Here you can see it's not a JSON data, it's a completely a string, full string here to here. So if we want to use any of the data once by once, like we are need to get the value of user ID 1, we do not do that. We what we have to do, we have can do like this. We can split the string by each string one by one. We can split it like this, like this. We can split one by one each, and then can we split this from this, and then there's also long process. We can do that in a coding. We can do everything that we can tout, but the problem is that we have to do long right, we have to write a long operation, long algorithm for it. But why we don't, why we waste time? So we just need to use a converter package, and that convert your string into a well mapped format, which is a string in a key. And once you converted your response in a map, you can get back data, you can get the back data by help of that key. So that's so simple and study. So in this video, let's end it here. Is there anything there anything I want to discuss first? Before ending this video, I want to discuss the thing that is must, because this was the key of their programming when we discussed about the earlier video. Here you can say this thing to understand. Whenever you have to call a server, you have to do a perform a long operation which can take some time. We have to use await function, because in this line, while using await function, it will, once the get function get called, the code will stop here for a while for the, in this function, not for the whole application, and wait till the result back. Once the result get back in response, then this line get executed. Hope you understand what I'm trying to say. Thanks for your watching, thanks for your time. And if you like a video, if you think I'm explaining it well, if you understand about the Flutter and things, please do subscribe and like the video, share it with family and friends. Thank you, thanks for your time, thanks for watching.